Welcome, everyone. Hello. Welcome
Hello.
to a very extremely serious Zoom about the F word.
Welcome. It's going to be very serious and very significant.
So I'm very glad that you all have joined us here. I feel like a news reporter when I talk like this. So, hello, everybody. My name is Satu Lindgren. I'm an Access Consciousness Facilitator, and I am here with Alen, who is also an Access Consciousness Facilitator. Are you from Croatia?
Yes, I'm from Croatia. A very serious place.
It's a serious place. I think all of Europe is now a very serious place.
Yeah, not only the Europe, actually.
Yeah. Most of the world. And I think it's actually really amazing because we set up the Zoom, I think maybe a month ago. And then we were chatting with you, like, what should we call it? And you were like, let's do something fun. Like, let's talk about something fun. And then you came up with the name. And now I was looking at that. And now I was looking at that. I was like, oh, this is just a perfect moment for a call on this topic.
Yeah. The forbidden word, especially now. And energy to be. Should we beep it every time we say it?
Yeah, because it was like we were talking about Alen that maybe we should do like a promotional video about this Zoom and just a short video where we talk about it, and every time we mention the word fun, we would just beep it out. Yeah, so it is a serious world in this reality, and yeah, what else is possible there?
I will be the beeper.
Good. So every time somebody says the word fun in this call, somebody else has to go beep.
Beep. Yes, as loud as possible.
I think that will add to the seriousness of this call. Well, first of all, I just want to say that we're probably going to be using the Access Consciousness clearing statement. And if there's somebody here who doesn't know the clearing statement, it's just a way to find the energy that is creating some limitation and clearing that out so you don't have to live with that limitation anymore. If you want more info, there's also a website, theclearingstatement.com.
Exactly, and it goes like this: right and wrong, good and bad, bottom pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. I kind of sing it. I like it.
You did. That was awesome. How do you say that? Do you translate it into Croatian, or do you say, it in
English one? Yeah, but I've heard some languages translate, and it sounds really awesome.
I've seen so many people jumping in because I have a speaker view and it's confusing me.
I'm having almost 20 people on the Zoom, and how does it get any better?
Wow, how does it get any better?
And I am distracted with all the weird people showing up on my screen because it's not the speaker view. What else can I do? Maybe I'll go with the gallery view. This is easier.
Yeah.
Cool, awesome. So, what shall we talk about at first?
What should we talk about first? How about starting with a question? Like, okay, so if you could get anything out of this Zoom, what would it be? And also, like, as every Access Consciousness class, whether live or online, it's an interactive class. So you asking questions is gonna direct, so where do you wanna go? Where can we go? What do you wanna explore? And what would you like to know more about? What would you like to get more awareness about? It's like questions is really something that we talk a lot about in Access. And, you know, like questions, not in a way of like this reality, because in this reality, you are not supposed to ask questions. And if you do, it means that you don't know, you're wrong. And when you ask questions, you have to find and get the right answer. But when we talk about the question, and like in Access, it's not about the right answer. It's not about actually getting answer at all. It's about getting more awareness or expand your awareness. So please, please, please ask questions. Okay, so one more time, if you could get, and you don't have to have like an exact cognitive answer when I ask you that question. Okay, so if you could get anything out of it, what would it be? It could just be an energetic, like awareness of an energy. You know, like maybe something like lightens up when I ask that question. So go with that. How about that?
And what I think is also really cool, because we call this Zoom the F word. Like, we're not even putting the word there as if it's something that we're not allowed to talk about. And there are so many things that we've decided that we're not allowed to talk about, we're not allowed to ask about them. So everything that is, can we just run and grab that? Right or wrong, good or bad? Oh, we can do this!
Oh, we got
Yay! Well, I'm happy already. Of course.
If I could get anything out of this call, is how can we have more fun in these times, crazy times? How can we create more fun, and how can we spread it around, like love or something like that?
Okay.
Or what else? Like raindrops around. Fun, like raindrops around.
There is what we have with one group of people in Access. We actually have this group chat, and we just started posting all these funny things about the coronavirus and everything that's going on. And I see a lot of people posting different places in Facebook and social media, instead of posting this stuff about how serious it is, like, oh my God, I'm running out of toilet paper now.
Yeah, it's a big thing now.
But instead of looking at how is this so funny, instead of how is this so serious, how is this so funny? And actually, I wanted to read some of the stuff for you. And one of my favorite things that somebody just recently posted was that, oh, we are told that it is enough if we go, when we go out, that we wear a mask and gloves. So that's what I did. Then I realized that other people were wearing shirts and pants. Damn it. And then there's this other joke where we were in an elevator with a lot of people, and then one person started coughing a lot, and then they're like, oh my God, like, I'm so sorry, my cough just has gotten so much worse since the trip to China last week. And do you all know why everybody needs to buy so much toilet paper now?
Why?
Because whenever somebody sneezes or coughs, everybody else shits themselves.
Hey, I like this one.
Yeah.
Cool, yes. Oh, this is awesome.
Guys, this is so inappropriate. Get serious.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, we apologize. Not.
I'm doing my best, but I can't when my hair is like this. What can you all create in your lives and choose in your lives that just doesn't allow you to be serious, but you just have to freaking laugh because it's so funny?
Exactly, yes. And one of the things that really pops a lot for me as well is like gratitude. The other thing, like really be grateful. What are you grateful for? Like, you know, really go through that. Like, how about be grateful for you, that you are in this amazing time, in this an amazing period now on earth. Be grateful for you and your body, that it's here. Like, hey body, like this is your best friend. It never leaves you. It's always with you and always contributes. And what else can you be grateful for?
And bodies can be funny also. Some of them have like really funny sense of humor. It's funny when you start actually talking with your body and having the awareness of what your body tells you and start having this play with your body. So what joy can your body be in your world, in your life?
Exactly. And there was one guy when I was out on a balcony, there was one guy who get out of the bar and he goes like, I'm sorry, and he walked away. So there are like some other people, like when I'm really happy to see that, like how many people are actually having fun with all of this, not only like these that know about the access tools, you know, like
Exactly.
yeah, how much people are actually like having fun with with all of this, because it's really ridiculous.
Yeah. And it seems like of course there's news, and in the news they have to tell about everything that's serious and everything that's scandalous, because that's what sells it. But then if you look around in like Facebook and stuff, there's actually so much joy there. There's so much this laughter, and people are getting that this is just an insane situation. Let's make the most of it. And all those, like just today, somebody posted like I think 4 or 5 videos where people had just made all these jokes where they have like this guy wearing a Batman suit and walking with the toilet paper, like, I got the toilet paper, and he walks like on the street and everybody's on their balconies watching, and all these kinds of funny things.
Yes.
So what kinds of stuff like that can you do and be in your lives? Maybe just for you at your home, or maybe you go down in the street and do it there.
Exactly. Then we have singing balconies, like people like go on the balconies and sing and do, I don't know, different stuff. I've heard that in Italy, they went there out and like played, and even some, like one opera singer, he also went out and he like sang beautifully, like some arias, which was wonderful.
No.
And also what I'd like to mention is like what is with all of this is how much Earth is transforming, changing, and recovering. And I've heard like many news, and I've been posted that a few times that, you know, since it started in China, the area around Beijing and Beijing itself and other mega like cities, or like those big cities, how pollution went away. It's like they put like 2 pictures of like from NASA, like before and now, and how there's no smog and pollution. And I've heard also that it's recorded in some other areas and places on Earth, which is wonderful. So how about be grateful for that and be here for Earth, especially now more than ever. Like, okay, Earth, if that's what you require, how else can I contribute? Which is really amazing. And this is something that I'm like, wow, yes, awesome. Earth, go.
Like example of your point of view creates your reality. What you focus on, that's what you will see. You will see either that, oh my God, 5 people have died. Or you can see, oh my God, the whole Earth has more air now. There is no air pollution in so many areas. That's affecting millions of people. So
Exactly.
What point of view do you have?
Yeah. And what do you know? What do you know?
It was amazing. I actually got home yesterday, so technically I am in quarantine. And the sense when I arrived here with the taxi and with the suitcase, I was like, oh my God, I have to make myself really infinite, make sure nobody sees me, because what if they see me, then they will actually really, because people are reporting other people to the police if you don't stay in quarantine in Finland. So we're very serious about this stuff. And then I was just laughing about that. You're like, oh my God, I have to like sneak in. And I've always had this sense that I need to hide from the police and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, oh, it makes sense now. I travel when everybody else is supposed to be in their homes freaking out and being quarantined. I don't know, playing with the toilet paper rolls. It was just incredible. And then I got home. And then I left the house again. I went to the supermarket.
Oops, I did it again.
How empty the streets were. It was exactly the rush hour time. There were like 2 cars.
Wow.
And,
it was really rush hour.
Yeah.
No.
We really have like maybe, I don't know, 2 cases of corona, well, a couple more, but still it's so like few, but people are just so taking it so seriously and staying inside. And I'm like, this is amazing. There's so much space. Does anybody have any questions? There we
I
go.
don't have a question. I just have a statement. Like today, like the main currency is when you go to pay something is toilet paper.
Exactly. So I have to say I'm pretty rich because I have a lot of toilet paper, because at one point I just bought this whole big thing because I didn't want to go and buy it every week. So I have a lot of toilet paper.
Wow, how did you get so lucky?
I was aware, you know?
Yes, of course. Better wipe than sorry.
And that's also one of the things in these times, we really get to acknowledge what we are aware of. So what have you all been aware of that you haven't acknowledged? And everything that is, can we acknowledge that now? Right, everyone, get up and pop on it.
I'm sure it's poisoned, yeah. That's fine, that's fine.
I broke myself now, I was wrong.
Oh my God. I was also wrong because I didn't catch it from the beginning. So.
Yeah, but really it's interesting to see how I, for example, had a lot of interesting time scheduling trips and classes for April and May, and especially for May, I just couldn't get anything there. I was like, what the heck is this? And now realizing that, oh, I was just aware that it's not going to happen, it's not going to work, because there's going to be something. And something like this, I would have never been able to just guess that, yeah, there's going to be a virus, and then it's not really a thing, the virus itself, but people will go crazy and everything will be closed down. And that's why I can't travel, so that's why I can't, put classes up, and I can't book flights and hotels and stuff like that. I would not have been able to maybe figure that out, but I was still able to be aware of, okay, yes, no, okay, this lighter. So it is really time to use these tools and use the tool of like, what is light for you? What makes you go like, yes. And what is heavy, or what makes you go like, it's just kind of like really weird.
Yeah, and things are not moving no matter what you like want to do around it, or how much are you asking questions around, and nothing is moving, then maybe you could consider something else.
Like we actually put the Zoom up first because we were going to have classes, both me and Alen, in the Balkan area, and then obviously now we were supposed to do it in April, and obviously it's not going to happen in April now, but also creating those classes, how it seemed kind of weird all the time and stuff wouldn't really work, at least for me, was like that. And now I'm like, well, now it's very light, now it makes total sense.
Exactly, it was like that for me as well. Like some negotiations for the venue were so long and so weird. Like either you send an email, then they don't reply. Or something like, yeah, right. Yeah, it was like, and so what?
It was all because Milena was wrong.
Of course, yes. She's the wrong one here.
I'm sorry. It's because of me. I am the one who is in charge for coronavirus.
Gotcha.
I love that somebody was just coughing a little bit. Should we cough? Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
No, I love that Satu said this because it was really funny, like with the both of venues, like in all in Croatia and in Belgrade, it was like so like something strange, and now we know what was it.
Yeah, exactly. And this is amazing, like to acknowledge your awareness of how much aware actually are we, and we are not giving ourselves credit for that, credit for our awareness. So this is like so amazing, that such an acknowledgement actually, like what if like instead of going into wrongness of something, like, oh wow, I knew it and it was like amazing, like more of that, universe please, and more ease and clarity with that.
And that's kind of also because I was going to facilitate Talk to Entities class there. I will, it will just be a bit later. But one of the things there is also that if you try to logically think what you're aware of, or try to define it by this reality standards, you often lose your awareness, because you might be aware of something that has not existed before. Like something like what we are now having in our world, this has not existed before. Like we've had big, pandemias or whatever you want to call them before, but we never had this kind of global world when we then just shut everything down and it affected everything. So nobody was able to really logically figure it out because our brains can only define what they have already seen. They can give you information of what they have already seen and they can define things based on that. But when you're aware of something that hasn't been before, your brain cannot figure it out. It can't tell you that this is what's going to happen. It can't give you logical explanations of things. So all the things that you have been aware of, that you have tried to logically think into existence instead of just being aware of them, can we discern and grade that?
Red on good and bad, put pouco com 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Oh, you left me alone.
Yeah.
Do we have any questions, guys? Yeah, please, before you ask a question, please cough.
And you can also write in the chat if you are shy and don't want to say it out loud. I know Finnish people, at least, they are very shy.
Oh, cool. How cool is that?
Because they pretend that they are shy. But that's a different story.
We are having a question in Serbian chat. I just want to listen, then I will translate.
Okay.
Oh, what sounds?
We have a symphony here.
Yeah. So we have a question, like Zoran is asking, like when we are using the tool, light or heavy, like when it's light, this is the way we need to go. But when we are using a tool, who does this belong to? Like when something is light, we are returning that to somebody. So he's having confusion how to use lightness in the tools.
Yeah, well, first of all, when something is light, doesn't mean you have to choose that.
Prvo, kada kaže Satu, ako je nešto...
Milena, that was bad. So yeah, but when something is light, it just gives you the awareness that, and I like to use more like it's expansive, and then the other one is like contractive. And then when something is light, that's just what it will create. It will create more that kind of sense of expansion in your world. And when something is heavy, it will just create more of this like in your world. It's up to you what you want to choose. And then when we use the tool of who does this belong to, and if your situation gets lighter, it means it wasn't yours. So if you were feeling like, I'm so sad and it's horrible and the world is gonna end, and then you ask who does this belong to, like, oh, I don't feel like that anymore, then you know that wasn't yours.
Exactly. And also it's what I like to also pay attention to how my body is like going with those light and heavy. Like heavy, like like bodies go like this, and when something is light, you automatically go like, wow, you open yourself, you're like so like, ah, yes. Like this. Did that help?
Yes, thank you.
There.
I don't know.
Then we should cough a bit. Does anybody else have any questions? What have you all been aware of that you haven't really allowed yourself to be aware of so far?
No.
No?
Somebody said no, that was fun.
Yeah, it was. No, on what? You haven't been aware of something, or you didn't have fun with what was the question? What did you ask her?
What have you been aware of that you haven't allowed yourself to be aware of?
Yeah, I mean, I have like a serious CRS, stands for can't remember shit, and I'm like, wow, like the speed of how much I forget things is amazing.
It's also amazing how you kind of forget stuff,
Yeah.
but when you require that information, you can always recall it back.
Exactly.
That moment.
Exactly.
And how many of you have had that, and then you've been made wrong because you didn't remember stuff, but you knew that if you actually required it, you could just recall it back.
Exactly.
And everything that is can we just try and get that.
Right on, good and bad, but all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds.
And how many of you have actually been happier and more joyful than anybody else you know, but then you didn't see that around you, so you made yourself wrong so that you could fit into this reality and everything that is, you want to just try and upgrade that.
Right on, good and bad, but all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds.
That's one of the things that I noticed when I said it, when I had my bars run the first time and I started swapping bars with people, and I would just start laughing out loud. I just started getting happier, and I would just suddenly just start laughing without any reason and be happy and smile. And I'd be like, whoa. And then I was wondering, I was living in Scotland at that time, and I was, walking in the streets, it's raining all the time. I'm like, I don't know, is this like, should I do this? But can I do it? No, I should be more serious. I don't fit in here, and I don't come here in the first place. I really try to fit in here. So they don't kick me out. But it is just incredible how much when we see somebody around us doing something, we think that must be the normal thing. That must be the thing that we should also be choosing.
And everything that brought up times a gazillion, would you be willing to destroy and create?
Right, everyone get about what I'm calling night shades for some bands. We really
I
did.
have example with, like, I was watching a video on YouTube that the guy who is like laughing like crazy while he's sleeping, and I told myself, oh my god, I would love to have this. And when I got my first Access Bars class, I was laughing like crazy when I was waking up the next morning, and it was like so crazy. I was so happy.
Oops, ask and you shall receive. Uh-oh. It works. Yes.
I ran your bars in I can't remember if it was a COP or SOP class in Copenhagen, Satu, and you was laughing like it was so joyful to give you the bars because you were laughing so much.
That
And
happens to me a lot. When I have my bars run, that especially if it has been a while, then I laugh especially much. But it's just incredible to see how much laughter we put inside of us, and we just hold it there and don't let it out. And I see myself do that also, especially, I notice it when I have my bars run. I realize how much of that joy and that laughter I've locked inside of me.
That's what's going on. I just have a funny session, like it's called KAP, but it's like SOP in a way. And I was laughing like it was for hours. I think it felt like that, right? But if it's some I locked into my body, it's a very good reason.
So all the laughter and joy that you all have locked into your body really destroy and create that.
Yeah.
Right on, good and bad, but all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds.
Oh, now we have a happy dog there as well. That's
oh, wow. Hello.
I was flying home from Budapest yesterday, and I happened to be on the same flight with this 4-year-old kid called Silas. His parents are in Access, so he's been to a lot of Access classes since he was born. And it was, we were walking on the plane at the same time, and he was running there because the corridor was empty, so he was really excited because, of course, an empty corridor, what do? You run. And then we got to the door, and he definitely wanted to hold my hand and go together to the plane. And then he was just so joyful all that time. And it was amazing to see the 2 flight attendants who were standing by the door. When they saw him coming, how they immediately started looking at him going like, oh my God, hi, like welcome to the flight. I'm like, wow, that's what kind of thing we could be in the world. We could be this explosion of joy and laughter and this lightness. We all could. We all have that. Which is
yeah, and this is what we all are.
Щетка для растирания текста.
We are joy. And what, like, also, like, what would it take for all of us to be the virus of joy? Let's go viral.
And everything that doesn't ladder, can we all just turn and get that?
Red on, good and bad, bottom buckle, 9 shirts, boys and beyonds.
So what virus of uncontrollable joy, laughter, and consciousness can you all be? And everything doesn't ladder, can we just turn and get that?
Red on, good and bad, bottom buckle, 9 shirts, boys and beyonds.
And actually, I'm going to change it to what energy, space, consciousness, and choice can you and your body be to be the explosion of joy, uncontrollable laughter, and consciousness can you be? And everything that's like that, can we just turn and create that?
Red on, good and bad, bottom buckle, 9 shirts, boys and beyonds. What would it be like if we would add magic, miracle, and mystery possibility there? Oh.
Can we do that?
I don't know.
We have like people from Balkan and Baltic countries and Finland. I don't know if they can have that.
Well, let's try and then see what happens.
So what energy, space, consciousness, choice, magic, mysteries, miracles, and possibilities that I don't remember, and everything else that I forgot to add, can you and your body be to be the uncontrollable joy, explosive laughter, and consciousness in the world? And everything that doesn't matter, can we just turn and get that?
Red on, good, bad, bottom buckle, 9 shirts, boys and beyonds. And everything that, we forgot the most important clearing of all. Everything that doesn't allow you to laugh and everything we say.
Really
to destroy and uncreate.
I think we need to do double here. Right or wrong, good and bad, bottom buckle, and I just space and beyond. And also, what energy, space, consciousness, and choice can you be to be the most serious person on planet with total ease?
Ooh, I love this one.
That doesn't allow that, can we just turn and grid it all?
Red on, good and bad, bottom buckle, 9 shirts, boys and beyonds. Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's often the things that we have decided that we have to resist that then we become that. So if we are trying to resist being serious, then that's what we often choose to be, because we are so much fighting against it. So all the things that you have fought against that you now must be, so that you know that you are fighting against it, can we just turn and get that?
Red and bad, bottom buckle, 9 shirts, boys and beyonds.
Ooh, that had a lot of energy. So all the things that you are resisting, and oh my God, I don't remember everything that is, can we just turn and get it all?
Red and good, bad, bottom buckle, 9 shirts, boys and beyonds.
All the things that you are fighting and resisting that makes you to be those things, so that you know that you're fighting and resisting them, can we just turn and get that?
Red and good, bad, bottom buckle, 9 shirts, boys and beyonds.
I'm getting very tired when I'm running that.
Really? I'm like, woo!
I'm boiling.
Cool.
Yeah.
That.
So we've got something here.
Well, you know, it's okay, because the governments are actually telling us that it's enough if we wear the masks and the gloves. You don't have to wear anything else.
What ideas come now? And everything that brought up, bottom buck.
You're just like, I'm not gonna run the full clearing statement. I'm just gonna say pot pock.
Yeah. What?
You're getting lazy.
Yeah, I'm getting lazy.
You know, Gary has a telecall coming up called "Are You the Lazy Motherfucker?"
Oh yeah.
It's so serious in consciousness, especially in Access. We like try to make everything as serious as possible, because we know that that's more ease for everyone.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you cannot be like joyful and all fun and conscious. Come on. It doesn't go together. It doesn't fit.
But actually, just thinking, like, how many times have you had in your life when you try to do something very serious and very dense and it's like, ugh, and it takes so long to do anything, it's horrible, it's slow. And then when you're really joyful and happy, you have like 15 things done in 5 minutes. You're like, oh, how did that happen? Okay, that's so cool. Next thing, okay, let's go. And you just go on and create and create.
Yes.
I know, I've had that kind of stuff.
Oh, many times. All the time.
I love that Milena has some like light in her hand.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I am magician of joy.
Oh, wow.
And you live in like Montenegro, what?
Yeah, can I tell you the story about this lamp? It's like really fun.
Go for it.
So like Montenegro is like country where not a lot of stuff and not a lot of companies is coming. Maybe these days, yes, but before, no. And like 5 or 6 ago, like my boyfriend was totally drunk and he was like shuffling the internet and he saw on IKEA this lamp and he ordered it like full drunk. And this lamp came like 3 weeks afterwards and he couldn't remember like the shit that he ordered on IKEA. And he was calling me, he was like, I gave just 70 euros. And I was like, you gave 70 euros on what? And he was like, on the lamp. And then he told me the whole story.
Now we need to be silent because Milena is translating.
Sure. Okay. So, but we still can talk, but silently, or we don't talk?
Just watch her.
Okay.
Seriously.
No, it's not my reality, sorry.
I'm done.
I mean, and also, did you notice like how, like, okay, how about now? Try to be serious. I can't. But it is so fun, like how much like we try to fit in like in something that is really not our reality. I can't at all. Yeah, I believe you, Sarah.
It takes so much energy also when you're trying to be something you're not, because you have to fight against you. So everywhere where you are fighting against you, and that's why you're so freaking tired all the time, can we just turn and get that?
Red on green bad, por un poco online shorts, boys and beyonds.
What would happen if you stopped fighting against you?
Well, you would have so much more energy. I know I've always got so much energy and I giggle all the time. So
but that's like, it makes you laugh when I say bad, because you know it's bad in this reality. But it's more fun sometimes to be bad.
Much more fun.
And she's like, does anybody have any questions? I know you don't have any questions, so it's no point asking that, right? I didn't mute that at first because I was just listening. It was so funny. So
all the unconsciousness leaving.
Yes. So all the lifetimes where you have been too joyful, too happy, and you've been killed for that, or you've been fired for that, or you've been annihilated for that, or you've been made wrong for that, can we just turn and grade that?
Red on green bad, por un poco time shorts, boys and beyonds.
Yeah. And everywhere where you're trying to be an adult, which means you need to be serious, and then you need to die. Can we just try and get that?
Yes, please. Right on good and bad. Put on night shirts, boys and beyonds.
Isn't it interesting though that kids can be joyful and they can have this laughter, and then when you get to be an adult, you have to be pretty serious. But then when you're really old, just before you die, you're allowed to have maybe a bit more sense of humor again.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Everything that is, and everywhere where we created that, can we destroy and create that?
Right on good and bad. Put on night shirts, boys and beyonds. And aligned and agreed with that.
Right.
Or resisted or reacted to.
Right.
Do we have any questions? Maybe on the lines with translators?
There's a dog.
Do you have any question?
I'm looking at what the dog is doing.
Yeah. Is this a yes? So everything doesn't allow you to be childlike as you truly be, would you be willing to destroy and create?
Yes. Right or wrong, that's something that has been very interesting for me, because I've always had that kind of, very childlike thing. And then, you have to be serious in some things. But thank God I started my own business very early. So then, I could do it from like this, now I don't work for anybody else. I'm my own boss, so I don't have to pretend that I'm serious. And I can have this like system that I use for managing stuff, and Access also uses this for Access projects. It's called Asana, and it actually, when you complete something, it flies these like unicorns and other magical creatures across your screen. And
cool.
I love that. There are all these creations that are like this in the world, and we just keep choosing the more serious things because we think that they are somehow more valuable.
Wow, okay, everything that brought up, everywhere you value and make real more being serious than joy, would you be willing to destroy and create?
Yes, right or wrong, but that's also kind of what we're taught in school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like how actually drastically and suddenly you have to cut it off. Those curiosity and joy and all that playfulness and all that. You just have to, okay, now you are, I don't know, this old, that old. Now you have to start to act serious or like more like an adult. Everything that brought up tends to destroy and create.
What I think is really cool also to see in the world is that more of this kind of childlike thing is becoming a thing. Like this kind of way that I now have my hair, first time ever, by the way. But this is also something that people are wearing also now, adults, and maybe not in like offices, but it's becoming more and more this kind of stuff that is becoming like the thing. Although people are doing it a bit like ironically, but I'm like, yeah, sure, I'm also very ironic. That's why I did this. So everything that doesn't allow you to be the joyful joy bomb that you truly be, while pretending to be something else when that's required, can we just try and get that?
Right on good and bad, put on for cool 9 shirts, boys and beyonds.
You just need to be really good at acting.
Wow. Yeah. You
that's
really
what was at one class that I was facilitating, and there was this one person who turned out she didn't really have any problems with anything, but it was just that other people around her, she needed to give them a different image so that she could have the ease that she has. So every question that she asked, it ended up me telling her, well, you just need to go to acting lessons.
Exactly. Yeah. So it doesn't mean that you don't have to like put those serious faces. No, put it out like for people that require it, but don't buy it. Just wear it as a mask.
I also love it when Gary says sometimes when people ask him questions and then they find out they're not that serious at all, but everybody else around them needs them to be serious. He just tells them, well, you just like pretend that you're crying into your hands. Like,
yeah, I love that when he does it.
And you just need to learn how to do those kinds of things when it's required. So everything that doesn't allow you to show people the image that they need to see while knowing what is true for you, can we just try and get that?
Red on good and bad, put a buckle, 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. And another thing, how much fun can you have with all of this? Oh, you didn't beat me, Milena. Red on good and bad, put a buckle, 9 shorts, boys and beyonds.
It's not allowed. And all the things that you've decided that are not allowed for you, can we just try and get that?
Red on good and bad, put a buckle, 9 shorts, boys and beyonds.
I have actually no idea how long we're going to do this Zoom. It's been like almost 50 minutes. Time flies when you're having fun.
Oh no, again. Man, that fun is a serious thing.
It can change everything.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have any questions?
Well,
Nobody has a question when we are having fun. Can you see this?
That's so bad. So whatever you do, don't continue to have fun, because that would create something too magical in the world.
yeah.
If nobody else has any questions, I would just say that please know what you know, because you all know something, and you might know things that no one else knows. And if you feel like you're alone in your joy, just watch this Zoom again. You're
Yes.
not alone. There are so many of us here also, and like around the world. That's what's been really amazing with this whole thing, to see how many there really are us around the world, not buying into seriousness of this, but just making all these funny videos and all these memes and all of this. So really, if we look at and think that what is shown in the news is the majority, it's not. It's just what's being the loudest at the moment, but it doesn't mean that it's the majority. Majority is actually choosing something different. So everything that doesn't allow you to tap into everybody who's choosing something different and choosing the joy and just adding to that. Can we just run and grab that?
Including you. Red on good and bad, put and buckle, 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Yes.
No, whatever you do, don't have any fun.
Yes.
I tried to have a serious face when I said it.
Of course. Oh my God. And do what makes you happy. Yeah. How much fun can I have today? One of the questions you can ask and play with.
One of my favorites, that's been my favorite since I started with Access, is who am I today and what crown and glories and fun adventures can I have?
Might as well. Yes.
Does anybody want to add anything else?
Any last
Just want to
minute?
say that the two of you are not fun and you are not very nice couple to see on the Zoom. And we won't have another Zoom with you.
Okay. We'll do our best for that to not happen.
In translation, we want part 2 of this Zoom.
Well, I did ask Alen a question about more classes and online and more creation with her. So I'm sure something will be coming up.
It sounds so bad. We already didn't have any fun, so it's like probably a bad idea if there was more of this in the world.
It'd be so bad.
It would. Well, the good news is we are bad.
Me? Wait, let me show you. Bad? Me? Can you say something like that about me? I'm totally innocent.
Of course you are. Of course you are.
Awesome. Well, if nobody else has anything else, I thank you all. I had fun. I hope you had fun also. And what else is possible now? What more fun can we have in the world?
Yes.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye
And thank you,
bye.
players.
Yoo-hoo.